Hi, this is my second try to do this. Something's wrong with YouTube or with me, I'm sure. All right, the video journal number one, shouting fire, the First Amendment. Uh, just said all this. First, I used to consider myself sort of an absolutist, or really an absolutist about the First Amendment, and I think I still am in the way I think most people view the First Amendment in terms of speech. I think anyone should be allowed to criticize anyone, should be allowed to have a bumper sticker or a sign in your yard. Uh, that with no interference from the government. And that way, in that case, I totally am still an absolutist. However, in some of the instances they use as example, the 2004, the Republican convention, and then they, to a lesser degree, I'm not sure if they mentioned the Occupy, some of the anti-war demonstrations. They what I see there, people's speech is not being suppressed. They're being, for the most part, the people being arrested and detained are doing something other than speaking. They're throwing rocks and bottles. I mean, Antifa is probably doing that this weekend somewhere. It's a thing. Yeah, so they're doing things that, no matter what their political position was, if you do that, you go hit somebody, not whack them over the head with a sign, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get arrested. So that I think a lot of people conflate, them breaking up these protests with just trying to silence them. When really, sometimes it really is law and order. Uh, which brings me to the Patriot Act, which they also addressed, and that's a tricky one because again, it can be construed. And people think it's an anti-Muslim act. People, think it's a George Orwellian, spying on people, and but it's the real world, and you can't do some things. You can't give away military secrets. You can't leak intelligence. You can't recruit for a foreign army. There's some things that you can't do because it's detrimental to the nation as a whole. And I would like to think, I hope, that the Patriot Act is used minimally. I like to think about a lot of these laws that pass that they're not strictly and fully enforced, or at least not as badly as some of the critics make them sound like they are. That's my hope. Other interesting things. Well, I recognize some of those lawyers from probably talk shows, 60 Minutes style stuff, and what they were interesting in that David Horowitz. He's often featured on some of the blogs and stuff I read. He's a interesting guy, and I appreciate the point of view of the particularly the Jewish gentleman who's represented the KKK and Skokie. That always an interesting story, and always everyone deserves a trial sort of principle and keep like that. I thought that was interesting. So yeah, I 99% of an absolutist on free speech, but again, I make accommodations for real life situations. Okay, I hope that satisfies the requirement. Thank you.